Hey guys, Andy here. Quite an exciting day for me. I've wanted a drone for quite a long time. I see them as kind of almost the ultimate gadget. The price is a bit scary on the better ones. And this one here I have with me is the DJI Mavic Pro. You can see that on the front there. It's just got from John Lewis, £300 off because they're not supposed to sell them and they got sent it by mistake. Righto. And this video will just be the unboxing of it. Now I've kind of stopped at this point already where I thought it's just like this was the box, there'll be the other sort of pretty box inside, but actually the main box then has all the other boxes. This is the Fly More kit, which means it's not just the drone. That we have there, but it also has various accessories. So, what can I tell you about the? Well, actually, let's go through Fly More combo. Let's finish taking all the boxes out. Get rid of this big box. Oh, interesting. Void if damaged. Just a little bit damaged. I don't know what's in this. Oh, so this is the carry case. Look at that, that's quite cool. Now the one thing I like the look of with the Mavic Pro is that the arms fold in, so it can be transported in quite a small little container like this one. In fact, that's got two, I don't know how much space the Mavic's going to take up in there. That's got two compartments. So the Mavic's going to be one side with a shoulder strap. I assume space for other batteries and things. It's quite a nice little DJI branded bag there. Very good. Put that aside. Let's go straight to the actual box. Okay, we've got a bit more tape along the bottom. So clearly someone's opened it once, and I wonder if maybe that's why it's on clearance. Maybe actually it's a returned item. It didn't say it was. He just said they got it, sent it by mistake. They might have just got curious and opened it up to see what was inside it. And there we are. Whoa. So that's the actual drone look. I mean, if it has been used, I would say there's not really any evidence of that. I've heard you maybe want to take the lens cover off. It causes kind of reflective issues. Oh. Obviously there's... Oh, they come under. There we go, look. And that is it when I put my other propellers on. So let's just fold it back up. So there's that. We've got some charge in the battery already. So there it goes. That's kind of all set as it is. Then we've got the controller. Feels good. My understanding is these, I don't want to break it, these bits should fold out to hold your phone. Looks like you can, oh. So you can plug in if it's an iPhone, look, but I guess that's changeable. Whether or not there's a USB Type-C cable. That's interesting. No, there's a micro USB. Oh, that's a I don't know. We'll look more at that later. I'm hoping you don't need to have it actually plugged in anyway. I'd imagine it Bluetooths into the... That's the controller. Oh, there we go, look. USB Type-C there. Spare blades, they feel like. Yeah, that's the micro USB connector for the controller. So clearly somebody has 2 spare blades. Not quite sure what those bits are. They're back in. And then a power brick. I assume just for the battery itself. What do we have over here? The plug. Fine. So that all looks easy enough to be the Fly More combo for Mavic. So, get a car charger. I'm not going to worry too much about taking it out at the minute. A battery charging hub. That's interesting. So I should somewhere have a spare battery. Just like that is. Oh, it looks like, I'm guessing they're going to slide onto the edges of the hub. Oh, so that plugs into whatever your regular charger would be. Kind of just converts it into a 4, really. Cool. Battery, spare battery there. Intelligent flight battery, in fact. Some more folding propellers, look. We've got over this side. Battery to power bank adapter. Oh. Another battery. Okay, so I've got 3 batteries. That was more than I was expecting, to be honest. So that is it really for now. It was just a bit of a look around, as it is obviously an unboxing. I've not really given you the specs. I should have mentioned. Let's bring them up. I've got them here on a page. Pop those aside as well. I guess I should at least try turning it on, shouldn't I? What happens if it sort of... So that's the battery, which should have 27 minutes of flight time according to the specs. So the other specs are 65 kilometers an hour, which I've calculated is basically 40 miles an hour. It's pretty quick. The resolution is 4K, the video resolution. The range is 7 kilometers, but I think UK law says you can't fly out of your own sight vision. You've got to be able to see it, unless you get like a license, like a pilot's license. I'm not sure. So it's 7 kilometers, slightly overkill perhaps. It's got a 3-axis gimbal on it. There we go. Oh, I see there's like a bracket in place on the bottom there, look. Just stopping it from moving, there we go. So it basically will tilt any which way you need. What else we got? 12 megapixel regular camera. It's not listed in the main specs, but I'm fairly sure it's got collision detection. And it's got various different lights around the edges. So what I'll probably do, we'll see. If I can figure out fairly easily how we can connect it and do a quick flight, then I'll do a bit more video. But that might be it for the unboxing. You might have to wait for kind of my sort of review video or some sample footage and stuff like that. So I kind of did figure it out. It took a little while. You can see there I've got my phone clamped into the controller. And the first thing to figure out was actually turning the controller on. The controller, as with the actual drone, you have to kind of give it a sharp press and then press and hold. And that turns them on. I was pressing and holding and holding and holding, or I was pressing and it wasn't working. Jab it, then press and hold. Then I had to wait for what seemed like about 15 minutes for various updates to happen, which was kind of frustrating. I just wanted to get flying and I had to wait for it to update the firmware. Fine, I did. Then I headed up to the garages, and I'm leaving the audio on my camera here so you can hear as it fires up. You hold both sticks kind of in, down, right, or outwards, inwards or outwards, down. Turns the propellers on. You then got one side goes up and turns left and right, and the other gimbal does forward, back and straight left and right, which took a little bit of getting used to. I mean, I didn't really even get used to it, I suppose. You had to think about what you're doing, but I think given enough flying time that would become quite natural, and it was certainly very easy to control and to fly. It was very stable. I know you understand looking at me, so we're going to switch to the view from the DJI. Now the microphone there was still from the camera that you can see on the tripod down below. I'll just fade it out just to make sure you can hear me. But as you could probably tell, that's still quite audible from people down below. You're not going to necessarily sneak your drone over your next door neighbours without them hearing it. And it's certainly something that I'm very conscious of. I know a lot of people, and quite rightly, are sort of a bit privacy conscious, and they don't want someone's 4K camera flying around over their backyard. So I just went up and back down again. Well, I give it a quick spin around. You've got one rolly thing underneath your trigger finger, which enables you to do what I was just doing there, move the camera up and down. You've got another rolly thing on the other side, which adjusts the, I think it's like the, well, just camera settings basically. I think the white balance perhaps when I was, or the aperture, I'm not sure which. You can probably even change it. I didn't really get too much detail into the app and what it could do, to be fair. But it's such a steady camera. So impressive. This, as I say, is shooting in 4K. There's me down below. And I quite like the return to home setting, or the land setting. You kind of just press it and slide to confirm that's what you want to do, and it basically just comes back and lands exactly where it took off from. So yeah, I was really impressed, and in fact I'm recording this bit, or I'm doing this audio the day after, and I really want to get out and fly it again, but it's raining, so I can't. I'll have to wait for another opportunity. So this is it, automatically landing. This is nice and smooth. You can still spin it around like I do here, just kind of get it the right way around. But all in all, just a really impressive bit of kit, basically. We see there it touching down on the ground. Other things I've learnt already in one day's ownership. The batteries, they automatically apparently start discharging themselves after 10 days. That's, I mean, it's quite clever, I suppose. You don't want to store batteries fully charged for a long period of time, but at the same time, you need to know that if you, I don't know, you forget that you haven't used it in a while. Oh, I'll use that today. Oh, your batteries are dead. So you need to remember and make sure you put your batteries on charge overnight. The multi-charger that I've got will only charge one battery at a time, which is a little bit weird. You know, almost, well, I can charge one battery at a time myself. But what it means is I can plug all three of them in, and it'll charge one, then it'll move on and charge the next, then it'll move on and charge the next. So yeah, that's still useful, I suppose. Leave them all plugged in overnight, and it will charge them all up. Also, not so easy to take off from the grass. So I have bought on Amazon for like, I don't know, £6 some extended sort of legs, which just raises it, I don't know, 1.5 inches, 2 inches off the ground a bit more, so that you can land in the grass with no problems. I've also already ordered some straps to kind of hold the wings in place, because when you put it into the carry bag and put it out, they do seem to catch on things, and you don't want to sort of bend them, damage them, snap them off. On the wings, the propellers, the bit that I cut out of the video earlier, you just press and twist them to lock them into place. That's easy enough. Another thing I bought was kind of joystick protectors. So it's something that slots onto the two joysticks on the remote control. You kind of strap it into place, and therefore when you're traveling, and hopefully the sticks don't get damaged. You're not allowed to fly more than, I think it's 120 or 122 meters high, so bear that one in mind. There are various no-fly zones, but I think the app tells you if you're near them, so that shouldn't be too hard. And as I've said, just treat people's privacy with respect. I suppose that's the big concern. You don't want to get a bad name. I think some people will react no matter what you're doing, but hopefully most people, if you're doing things the right way, they won't mind too much. So there we go. That's just my view of things thus far. Obviously, I'll try and do an actual review video in time, but hopefully this has been helpful to you. My name's Andy. I'll catch you all again soon.